Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday we had the burial service of the late Johanna Ngeno, and President William Ruto attended that burial. But while on the way heading to that place, Ruto, together with his kinsmen, the people like Edwin, I'm talking about people like Oscar Sudi, his challenging allies. So, in their own conversation, these leaders were overheard on a camera talking or discussing about the issue of power. Actually, it was President Ruto who talked about tunataka power. So, and there was exchange from these leaders just discussing that issue as they walk there. Remember, the person who talked about tunataka power is Oburu Odinga. And now, the president was discussing this issue, in their own way as they were heading to that. Power. The issue of tunataka power just started like a joke, but this matter is now moving to another level. It is becoming serious. It is becoming an issue. At first place, Oburu Odinga said that they are not interested in the deputy president office, just to make Kithure Kindiki comfortable in a meeting. Then after that, in another meeting with the ODM people, he's saying people misinterpreted my statement. Mimi sikusema hiyo. So he's saying that he did not say they don't want power. So from that time going forward, Oburu started pressing the issue of tunataka power. Na hiyo power iko kwa ofisi ya deputy president. Hiyo ndio wanataka, hawezi kaa bila power. And it has become serious. They are even going further to compose songs to talk about the issue of power.
Hatuwezi kuwa bila power. Ni lazima tupate power. We are going to negotiate on policies. We are going to negotiate on development programs. We are also going to negotiate on sharing of positions, which includes sharing power. And lazima tupate power. Hii serikali hatukuipigia kura. Lakini sasa ile ya mbele sisi tutaipigia kura, hatuwezi kuwa bila power. Ni lazima tupate power. Na hiyo kupata power mpaka wakosi watakuwako. Watakuwa kwa meza. Wakosi hawawezi kwanza kuwa kwa meza. Wakosi watakuwa kwa meza. Lakini kuna kitu kingine watu wengine wali-misinterpret. Walisema ati mimi nilisema ati sisi hatutaki kiti cha deputy president.
Now I want us to continue the panel discussion, but before we do that, I have a quick and humble request. For those who are watching the channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, for Ruto, talking about tunataka power, it was just a by the way issue. But when the president throw such a word into the public. He wanted to hear what these guys are going to say about that issue of tunataka power. And anarusha neno, alafu ananyamaza, anataka kusikia watu wanasema nini. And it's very keen listening. In as much, yes, he just brought it like a joke and by the way. But the president wanted also to hear hawa jamaa wake wanasema nini. So, you might see the issue of tunataka power as a small thing, but as long as ODM is going further to embrace people who are composing songs to talk about tunataka power, it means now they're taking this thing seriously. When you see comedians coming out and making fun out of that, then it trends and it continues. The other ones comes in and it continues. Then it is not a joke. It is now becoming a serious matter. So, for such a situation, it means that Ruto is also thinking about it. He is keenly following how this issue is unfolding as ODM continues to say tunataka power. Unajua ODM ni chama. Na ODM ni chama number 2 kwa Kenya hii in terms of the numbers. The sad thing is to tell such a political party to just come into a coalition with you and you have no any arrangement in terms of how you are going to share power in an equal way. Yani chama number 1 Kenya hii na chama number 2 waungane. Alafu number 2 asipewe hata hiyo position number 2. That is the situation here. So, I don't know how ODM is going to be convinced. Sababu wanataka waende kule wakiwa na wabunge wao and their numbers. Then you are being told tutagawana tuma CS lakini sio a deputy president position. That is where ODM is going to show their weakness. So the reality remains that in a coalition you share power. Will they be shortchanged like how the other team was shortchanged? I'm saying so because in the 2022 coalition Kenya Kwanza, we had ANC ya Musalia Mudavadi, Ford Kenya ya Wetangula, then UDA. But UDA were given 2 major positions, presidential candidate and a running mate. Mudavadi wakamwambia watakuwa prime CS. Hiyo ni position number 3. Wetangula speaker. In the pecking again, position number 3. So, hawakupata hii position number 2. But indeed, when you compare the numbers they were bringing on table, of course, Mount Kenya deserved to get a position number 2. Now in the situation of Kindiki, Oburu Odinga, a serious political party is coming, not with 10 members of parliament, they are coming with over 50. In fact, there are, is it 70 or 80 there? This is the group of people that is coming. So, as you see President making a joke out of all of this, it is not really just a mere joke. This thing is eating his head. That how is he going to balance the equation? We have a serious political equation that needs to be balanced accordingly. How will he manage to do that? That Wakikuyu wasione ni kama unachukua nafasi yao. That ODM isionekane ni kwamba haujawapea kile wanadeserve kupata. That Waluya wasionekane ya kwamba wako kwa hiyo serikali na wako hapo and they are coming with the numbers. So that is the issue that the president is now thinking about. So it looked like a joke, comic, but this is serious. Balancing the political equation. Tutakujaje tu alafu ama kama Kindiki atakuwa deputy president in the next election, what I can tell the people of Mount Kenya is that the issue of number of CSS in that government, Kindiki hatapewa say kubwa. Anaweza kuwa yeye na wachague tu CSS huko. Waambie ODM tunataka tuwapee 7 CSS mlete. It can go that way. So president anafikiria. Ama ambie ODM tunawapea deputy president position. Na hiyo watauliza inakuja na nini ingine? They asked for power. Huyo deputy president ndio mtu wao pale. Alafu inafaa akilisha list ya watu wake. Labda 5 ama 6. So, in as much the president is watching the war between Oburu Odinga team and the Kithure Kindiki team, because now the exchange has reduced to Oburu's people versus Kindiki's people. They even called for a meeting, the Kindiki side, and they are discussing about how they are going to retain power. Wakilia tunasema ubwami ulindwa, ya kwamba lazima tutunze uongozi. We must protect power. Bwami, we must protect power. So Mount Kenya people are trying to protect power so that it is not snatched from their leader. Luos want that power. Oburu Odinga and the team. And Ruto is here. He is the man to decide where this power should go to. So is this in that dilemma? The man ana make that so sio bure tu, ni kitu pia inamkula akili. I don't know views, but please let us know in the comment section to continue with our discussion. Thank you so much and see you in our next video.